and welcome to this week's episode of Young Turks, India's longest-running show on entrepreneurship. I'm Shireen Bhan. With the advent of social networks, lack of security and privacy is not only a threat to individuals but also businesses. Our first guest today is a 22-year-old Delhi-based techie who first discovered his skill for hacking into secure computer systems while preparing for an important school exam. Saket Modi eventually confessed, but that incident got him thinking. In his engineering college, he spent his free time conducting ethical hacking workshops for students, and when the time for placements came, he decided to give them a miss and founded Lucideus in 2012. A cybersecurity provider, Lucideus today has marquee clients like the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the CID, the Reserve Bank of India, and even computing giant IBM. Having grossed a turnover of 4 crore rupees, Saket's big plan is to grow Lucideus into $1 billion company. Let's take a look at how Lucideus battles hackers. Made in India techie and ethical hacker Saket Modi has become the firewall of choice for Indian government agencies and MNC websites in India. Having founded Lucideus in January of 2012, the cybersecurity firm also provides customized training and security solutions to businesses across the country.
When I talk about reverse engineering, when I talk about giving information, giving knowledge about not making things but breaking into something which is made in a very secured way, can you give me name of one institute that automatically comes to your mind when I talk about this? The answer is no, and this is a general answer all across the country. This is the vacuum that we wanted to fill when we started Lucideus.
And having trained more than 25,000 students across more than 150 colleges in the country, Lucideus sure seems to be getting there. With a 2-day seminar priced at 2 lakh rupees, this business vertical contributes 60% to total revenues. For the security work they do with corporations, their annual contract starts at 15 lakh rupees and goes up to 1 crore depending on the sophistication of the security products provided. The Lucideus team custom develops semi-automated security and monitoring devices that clients can use to run scans for their websites, servers, software codes and web resources. One of their simplest products is the Lucidroid, a smartphone monitoring application. Once embedded into an Android phone, the application takes over the phone and connects it to a server which monitors the data of the phone, including the current location, call logs, browser history, contact lists, tracking history in real time. This app can be used by investigative agencies or even corporates to intelligently monitor their field staff. So we asked Saket what the experience in tackling the entrepreneurial firewall has been like.
We start with a very basic challenge that we face when we go to corporates about security. Security is like insurance. Now, generally corporates wake up when their website is already breached, when the security has been breached and the website has already been hacked. We get a lot of clients which come to us as an emergency response where they want their websites to be restored at the earliest with their code to be patched. So right now in India, the scenario of security is more reactive than proactive. We want to enable that scenario into proactiveness so that people understand security before the actual hacking attacks happen on their organization, and they have the right immunity to actually guard against those attacks.
Going forward, Saket wants a greater proportion of his revenues to come from protection services, given the exponential growth the e-commerce, mobility and high-end software services sectors have been witnessing. As of now, he is confident of growing at 40% CAGR in the coming years, and his big milestone is to make Lucideus a global player and $1 billion company in the next decade. Saket here is wishing you the very best. Time now for YT on Campus, and this week we bring you a venture that's been incubated at IIM Kolkata, but it's operating out of the Teri Garhwal Hills in Uttarakhand. Co-founded by 31-year-old Ram Kumar in October 2012, Edwell Solutions is tied up with government schools to improve the quality of education by conducting multimedia-based tuition classes. In under a year, the venture has established 3 learning centers and impacted lives of over 100 students. We were impressed and we asked Ram to shoot his story and send it across to us. Take a look.
I want to become a doctor in my life. I want to become an air hostess.
These are the students of Edwell Solutions, a venture that brings multimedia-based affordable tuition classes to rural India. Founded in 2012, Edwell has been granted a project under the 13th Finance Commission to implement e-learning solutions in select government primary schools in Tehri Garhwal. Generating revenues through fees collected from students and one-time registration, Edwell is already a hit with parents.
मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि जब हमारी बेटियाँ अच्छे नंबर से पास हो और एडवल सेंटर में जो नए तरीके से जो इन्हें पढ़ाया जा रहा है वो बहुत ही काबिल तारीफ है, जिसके लिए जो है वो अपने पढ़ाई में अच्छे से प्रिपेयर होकर जो है अच्छे से नंबर ला सकती है। इसके लिए मैं एडवल सेंटर को धन्यवाद देता हूँ।
So far, Edwell has been working with students from class 3 to 6 and has impacted the lives of over 100 students. Here is what Ram has envisioned for the future.
Our vision is to impart affordable quality education to 25,000 students of upper primary and middle class, and to stop migration of around 15,000 families for want of good education in next 5 years.
Well, here's wishing the team at Edwell Solutions all the very best. And if you're a campus startup with an interesting story to tell, you can shoot a clip of it yourself and send it across to us. And if it meets our basic criteria, we will be happy to feature you on the show. Check out our Facebook page for the details. It's time now for us to take a break here on Young Turks. But when we return, an innovative startup that's brought the power of web into your SMS inbox. The story of iNOS Technologies when we return.